Hi friends, Pastor Jeff here. Thanks for spending just a couple of minutes with me so that I can update you on our building process and on our One Church campaign. Our board of directors has authorized the completion of construction drawings for Phase 1, which includes a new addition of classrooms and office spaces, along with the renovation of the 1982 addition, which includes the community room on the upper level and childcare on the lower level, along with the construction of a 300-seat chapel space. The budget estimated for this phase is about $11 million. That doesn't mean we'll spend $11 million, but the drawings are created to fit within that budget. We may or may not complete all of Phase 1 depending on how much money is raised and how the construction bids come in. Phase 1 is by far the most extensive of the 3 phases of this construction process. Right now, groundbreaking is set for June the 3rd, so please mark your calendars and plan to join us for that historic event. In regard to the One Church campaign, we currently have 856 families participating, 710 of whom have made a pledge, and 146 who are giving without having made a commitment. Now, the total committed to date is $5.7 million. In addition to that, we have borrowing capacity built into our budget for an additional $4.5 to $5 million without impacting our budget. Conservatively, that gives us about $10.2 million to work with, and we've already spent about $800,000 on the project, which means that the gap between what we have and what we need to do the whole project is about $1 to $1.5 million. And that gap is to build the chapel space. Why is that so critical? Because a chapel space will allow us to bring all of family ministry under one roof, create an intimate space for weddings and for funerals, and provide gathering space for things like the Engage Bible Study, support groups, and meeting space. Now, creating at least the shell of that chapel space in Phase 1 will save over $300,000 in the construction process. So to summarize, we want to build all of Phase 1, but we also want to be fiscally responsible. And the gap between those two is between $1 and $1.5 million. So here's what I'm asking you to do. If you are one of those 856 families that's already participating in the One Church campaign, thank you. Thank you. You are literally building our future. And if you have the capacity to increase your giving, now is the time. If you feel you've already stretched as far as you can, that's okay too. But if you're part of the roughly 1,700 families at Prince of Peace that has not yet stepped up, now is the time. Now, maybe you've been richly blessed and you have the capacity to make a real difference in that $1 to $1.5 million gap. Well, friends, if you can do that, you'd be helping build a solid foundation for this ministry for generations to come. But maybe you think you don't have much to give, and the idea of being able to make a real difference in that $1 to $1.5 million gap, well, it just can't be. And that's okay too, but I still want to challenge you to step in. Whether you can give $25 or even $100 over the course of the next 2 years. To be honest, I'm less interested in the financial gap than I am in the ownership gap of this project. My dream is that every single one of us who call this place home would step in and contribute something to make the dream of our future a reality. And so even if you don't think you have much to give, I want to challenge you to step up and to step in. You'll find more information, including ways to give, on our website. And if you have any questions about the process, please don't hesitate to reach out by phone or email. And please stay up to date with what's happening on our building project by regularly going to our website and checking our building blog. I want to thank you. Thanks for your faithfulness, for your partnership in ministry, and for your generosity, as together we build a future for Prince of Peace for generations to come.